Today I'm going to show you how to make this wonderful cheesy bacon stuffed potatoes. They are wonderful as a starter or as the main dish alongside some stir-fry veggies. So let's get started. So I have here 2 potatoes for baking, which I have cleaned and washed and dried properly. So I will take a fork and pierce little holes in it, because we want the steam to come out when we bake the potatoes, otherwise they have a risk of bursting in the oven. Now take a baking foil and spray it with cooking oil. Place the potatoes, spray some oil on them, season them with salt, and repeat for the other side. Now bake them in the oven at 180 degree for around 40 minutes or a little bit longer until they are soft. So while the potatoes are baking, we will make our stuffing. So I have here a pan which is kind of hot right now. I'm gonna add some minced bacon to it. So I have not used any oil for cooking this bacon, because after a few minutes the bacon will start oozing out its own oil. So I will wait for a few minutes, and in case if it is too dry, the pan is too dry, then we can add a few drops of oil to it. I can now smell the bacon, but I also see that some of the oil is coming out from the bacon, but however I feel it's a little bit too dry because it's sticking to the bottom of the pan. So I am gonna add just a few drops of oil to it. Now I can see the bacon is cooked now, but I want it to be a little bit more brown. So I will let it cook for a few minutes, but in the meanwhile I will add a half a teaspoon of chopped garlic and some chopped chilies according to your taste. Wonderful. It smells of garlic and the fried bacon, and I can see the bacon is now all done, so we can switch off the gas right now and we will take out our potatoes. So the potatoes are baked right now. It took me a little bit over than 40 minutes, around 50 minutes for them to cook. I had inserted a knife here to check whether they were done at 40 minutes, but I felt I should be keeping them in the oven for 10 minutes more. So now they have cooled down a little bit, so make sure it's cold enough to handle, because once you open them it will be really hot. So let's start. Let's cut the potatoes in half. So you can see it's still a little bit hot. Let's wait for 5 minutes so that steam is all out, and we will then start with the stuffing. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to very carefully scoop out the middle part of the potatoes and create a hollow in it. So it's soft, so let me outline the shape first. It's very soft, so be careful that the potato doesn't break. And then once you make the outline, just scoop them out very, very slowly. Trying to create a pocket like this in the potato, so you can see so there's still a little bit of potato left with the skin, and I have created a hollow in between where we will put the stuffing. So let's continue the same with the rest of them. So this is how my potatoes should look like. These are the pockets. So let's start with the stuffing. So we are now going to mash the potatoes a little bit. In this, I'm going to add my bacon. One dollop of sour cream. Some cheddar cheese. Black pepper. Few drops of Tabasco sauce. So now the stuffing for the pockets are ready. Mind you, I have not used any salt in it because the salt content in the bacon and the cheddar cheese will be enough. But have a taste first in case if you need some, please add. Carefully take each of the pockets and then stuff it. Push a little bit so that they are stuffed properly, but don't push it too hard, because remember the potatoes are actually very soft, so you don't want them to break. Potatoes are now stuffed. So now we will bake them for another 5 to 7 minutes, one last time. Now before putting it in the oven, you can add few cheddar cheese on top of it. We will bake this for another 5 minutes or until the cheese melts. In case if you have some of the stuffing left, then you can make fritters out of it. Just take some flour and egg and some seasoning and make little fritters out of it. It will taste as good. So there you go. My stuffed potatoes with bacon are ready. You can see how the cheese has melted wonderfully. It is completely optional, but just to add some color, we can add a little chilli flakes over the top. So let's dig in. Yummy!